Mischief Makers!
Hey guys, what's up? I just finished Mischief Makers. It's not sure how to feel about this game. It's a weird, nice little gem on the N64 by Enix. I really enjoy the graphical style and like the kind of opening pseudo anime cutscene or whatever, and that kind of style. But on the whole, what I'm really feeling about it is that I did not actually like this game. The presentation is great, but the actual gameplay of it is kind of tedious. In the sense that, well, let's see, the first biggest problem is that you use your D-pad for pretty much everything in this game. That's your main form of movement, and in a game like Kirby 64, that's okay. But in this game, they expect you to use the directional pad when you throw an object. And the whole game is based around throwing, which is a mechanic I really like, and I think it's really cool. But like my thumb gets sore after using it an hour, maybe 30 minutes even. Because you're just mashing that D-pad all the time. It would have been so much easier to use a control stick and keep the C-pad buttons for your boosts and whatever. Because when you start the game, it tells you to double tap first, and then it tells you, oh, by the way, you can use the C button as a shortcut, so you don't have to double tap. I'm like, why in the name of God would I even double tap then, if I can just press a button that's a shortcut? So, yeah. The characters in the game are pretty fun, they're pretty cool. You have three main rivals, and then your professor guy, which you have to save all the time. And Marina's kind of a nifty, neat, fun character. The story really isn't there. It's basically like the professor gets kidnapped 3 times, and you have to go rescue him each time. That's pretty much all it is, and that's fine, I guess, for a game. But there's really not a whole lot in terms of story going on here. There's a little twist at the end, but it's not humongous or anything. The mechanics are really cool though, because you can, it's all based around picking up and throwing something. So you have to grab certain bosses at certain parts, and you have to figure out through trial and error really, do you throw them, do you shake them, do you pull them? There's a lot of very complex stuff you can actually do with a very simple setup, which I do appreciate. The soundtrack is pretty good. My favorite parts in this game, honestly, were when you do the boss fights, because you have this huge side-scrolling scene going by, and it's just like it's an endless, I don't know, anime cutscene or something. And it's a really cool effect, and it was really fun to play those parts, despite them being very difficult at some points. But this game does have a lot of style. It just feels like the substance is lacking. On that note, there's maybe 60 levels in the game or something, and that sounds like a lot, but some of these levels they last a minute, some of them, or some of the longer ones are 5 minutes to 10 minutes. And it feels more like a collection of mini games, and my issue is that there's no consistency between the levels. Not really. Like, one level, you might need to just kind of, fall down a shaft and navigate through there. Another level, you have to pick up boulders. My issue here is that you're thrown into something, you're going to lose the first time because it's a completely new scenario, and you don't know how to adapt. You have to grab the enemy when it does this specific thing and then hit them in this specific way, and you just have to do that with trial and error, so you don't really learn or feel like you get better at the game. I guess that's my biggest complaint. At a certain point, I got really frustrated with the game. I think I was near like the second last boss or something. I really don't want to play this game. I really, really do not want to play this game. I mean, on that note, would I recommend Mischief Makers? No. I honestly would not. And that kind of pains me to say that, because it has a really nifty presentation, a really nifty graphical style. I guess it was a unique experience, and I don't really regret playing it, but the thought of me going back and playing it again, I really do not want to do that at all. But, it's a nifty little thing, and I'm glad I played it. And, if you guys play it, you enjoyed it too, more than I did, because Alright, I'll see you guys.
Boy, am I glad to see you, Marina!